would be correct if you think I look entirely different than the last Film Quirk. I do. Well, that's the ponytail, of course. So yeah, it's very hot. I think we all feel the heat a little bit here in the States. It's like OMG, so hot. So I thought a ponytail would quite change my look, because at least my mood has changed from okay to now very sweaty and ugh. So that was quite the icebreaker for Film Quirk. Welcome, I'm your host, Lillee Jean. So I want to start off with something really great that Bullyish has won 2 awards. So, official selection of Film Nest, which is in Paris, and we won from the Humero Cinema Fest finalist for Best Documentary. So that was pretty rewarding to me, because this project, it's one of those things that, like, it was horrible to do, okay? It was horrible. Horrible to edit, horrible to everything, but one of those things I needed to do. This film serves as a, if something happens to me, it's right in the film, sort of thing. I have genuine threats against my life and my family's life. I receive death threats almost every day. In the last 6 weeks, I have received threats such as, I hope you get raped and left for dead, which are sexually motivated, which scare the hell out of me, because I like to run, I like to walk, and it's leaving me constantly looking over my shoulder. This film starts at 15 and a half when the stalker entered my life. The stalker is basically the creator of the Lillee Jean clone cult. Each of them are called Eggies and Lord and Saviors. The stalker has been at the helm 8 years, trying to take me down, and I am terrified that because it's been so long, that she actually is going to hurt me, and actually is going to just pop up one day and pull a trigger. I have so many police reports. I have so many IC3s, FBI for identity theft, stalking, physically on the property, vandalization on the property. I have a lot of stuff, and these things take time. So I want this documentary to serve as that placeholder that if something happens to me, it is all here. It's a very gory sort of film, but it needs to be seen and heard. You will see in the documentary some crazy comments, starting from 2017 when I'm 15 and a half years old. That's the first time anything weird popped up online about me, and basically they say, she's fake, she's a fraud. Nobody gives anything about that. What matters is that they say they want to dig, I don't know if this can be blurred out or not. It's a sexually motivated comment. And they say that the age of consent is 16. My mom, because I'm a minor at the time, went on to tell them to stop. We actually have the original mod mail messages. And they tell her that I will be Harvey Weinsteined anyway. You will see the progression that in 2019, because the stalker didn't get her way, it starts growing into now a huge cult, because she gets it into a forum with a lot of visits. And at first glance, people think this is just about fake this, fake that, woo, this is great. Behind the scenes, you will see the threats around this time, 2019, I'm receiving with my family, and how this woman, over the next few years, starts assimilating herself that she's my family member. She's qualified because we're related to go into my family tree. She's qualified to look at records because we are related in the same family. You will start seeing how she thinks she's related to my aunt who was murdered. You will start seeing how somebody called as my mom to obtain my high school records. You will start seeing in the documentary the packages sent to my home. Hiking gear, eyelashes that I like, very particular. You will start seeing an egg timer, which is actually the cult symbol. You will start seeing extreme anti-Semitism throughout the whole documentary. These are websites you can't reach. I have the screenshots. because the threats are very, very real. It's an incredibly horrifying thing for me to even talk about, because I'm living this with my entire family. I have had public outcry that, hey, I'm just a woman, and this is crazy. This woman has done all this to me. She's paid people to do videos. She has paid people to do all of this. She has Discord servers on me and my family calling for the takedown of me. The threat is extremely real, and I hope this documentary serves as something for people to see what has happened to me with this woman who has been stalking me. You will see in the documentary how she has actually identified herself. Like all criminals do, they get angry, I guess, that they're not getting noticed. She identified herself through several threatening emails, through writing my lawyer, and you will see the creepy way in which she writes, and the very demanding way she writes that honestly is giving me chills to even talk about, because this is the woman who's behind people sending me who's made me fearful. I mean, my family is thinking of literally leaving the state. That's how scary this is. The packages, the impersonation. You will see how I was signed up with appointments for plastic surgeons because my face, for a face makeover. It's insane. April 18th is my birthday. That's when more of the threats start. It's almost like campaigns she works in. April 18, 2024, the following week, a video comes out on me, and I did file a report on the person because they do belong to the Lillee Jean clone cult. That was mocked online and made fun of, and she does that so people don't feel scared to join her cult. The report is very much real, and the threats I was sent by that person is very much real. You will see, I have this up until April 2024, how she amassed all these accounts and these videos and all these things, and how it swells and swells, and the swelling is insane. I am not related to this woman. I don't know this woman, and my family doesn't want to know this woman ever in a million years. So you will see all these things, and I guess I'm also like preparing my brain because I can't rewatch my own documentary. It's way too hard for me to watch. I kind of am the type of person, I soldier through things, so I edited it and I did what I had to do to protect myself, and I feel like I'm protecting my family. But it's a very difficult film to watch, and you're gonna see a lot of racism that has happened towards me, so that I didn't blur any words that you will see on there. I didn't blur any edits of me as a baby, as Hitler. I didn't blur anything. You will see that. I don't blur the screenshots of them saying they want to drown me in the Hudson River. I don't blur any of that. It's a very raw documentary. Only things redacted are names, because I have a lot of faith in the police, and I have a lot of faith in our justice system on bringing justice to this, because it's not okay, people trying to do this, and they're all coming from her, the stalker. It's not okay. So, you guys could go and watch the film on Lilleejean.com all summer. It will be available, but seriously, big warning, and I guess also just stand by me, because this is a very scary time for me and my family. I can't stress enough how horrifying it is, the delusions that this woman has, and how she's spreading her venom through people. Really, I don't know how I'm making it every day. It's like she's taken bits of my life away. Through Bullyish, I hope that it regains that, and I hope that people can see the truth about what's happened to me. She's, through this cult, made people who are never victims. She's created victim groups. Yet these very people have sent me threats. My family and I are not people who are boisterous. We haven't made any comment about this or statement about this, because, again, the protocol, and a lot of victims, if you're listening to this, you need to file reports. You need to. They try to traumatize you so you don't. Stalkers, you need to file reports. Even if you think the world won't listen to you, you need to. I lost my own train of thought because this is insane. I can't even believe what's happened to me. I have a lot of flashbacks that happen. I have a lot of moments where it's like tunnel vision. Film is what I love to do. And I don't want her to take that aspect of my life as well. I don't know what her mission is, why she decided at 15 and a half years old to do this to me, but I do know right now she's very much a threat. She's a predator. She's on Discord servers with children, talking to them about the takedown of me. She's creating private servers right now, which you can see yourself if you follow the trail, to take me down. And that takedown is coming with so many threats. It's horrifying. It is so scary. I don't even want to open my phone. I mean, to do this is very big for me because, like any victim, I don't want to talk about this. But it is what it is. I hope that this film does wake people up, and parents, if you're, check what your kids are doing. Make sure they're not talking to the woman who is stalking me online in a different variation out there. Make sure your kid is doing their schoolwork, being with their friends, playing outside, playing video games, whatever they want to do. Make sure they're doing what they should be doing. And to anybody who is unaware of this side of stalking and how it actually touches real life, now you know. You didn't see a Hollywood production about it. I didn't give you a cinematic, I showed you. In it, you will see vandalism that has occurred, and yeah, it's pretty horrifying. So, thank you for listening to this Film Quirk. I will leave a link below, the Spotify episode where you can actually see the film.
His aunt, who was murdered, and she puts it online. She puts paperwork online. She makes fake accounts making fun of the murder. She has mutilated pictures of people being murdered sent to Lillee Jean. This woman has no conscience. My daughter is a nervous wreck. I'm a nervous wreck. I don't know what's going to happen next. So now we're in 2021, and a swatting happens, February 2021. The police are called, and the person who calls them knows exactly where we live. She knows the precinct that is over by where we live. They even have a schematic of our house. And so a swatting tip is called into the police, and the police are told that Lillee Jean has committed suicide. So I have 8 cops at my house. My husband's disabled. We are very anxious because at 12 midnight, you've got 8 cops all over the house, banging on the doors, banging on the windows because they don't know what's happening. And Lillee is just terrified. Terrified. She's shaking because all you hear is the banging. And the police, we tell them what's going on, and they're sympathetic, and we get everything straightened out. Well, online, she tells everybody that this never happened. And they all believe her. They all follow her. Now, I want to just say, I haven't said this before, but this is really important. By this point, she's been calling them the panty cult. She even has a logo. She thinks it's hysterical to have a company where if you need a troll, she will help you. So she's very organized, and the people that are involved are very into this. They call themselves cultists. They, too, are calling themselves little eggies. They are her followers. And I honestly don't think that anybody realizes that she's had them brainwashed. A week later, we get swatted again.
To hear the banging, to hear open up, police, to see the EMS, to see the sirens, the lights, I was paralyzed again. You touched me in my sanctuary. You first try to remove brands from me, my income, what makes me happy. You then try to remove my friends. You then try to remove my credibility. Now you're trying to take where I live? I felt so scared. I was shaking. I was crying. And then a week later, after telling people, I was swatted because I thought if I tell people, maybe they'll be afraid. The moment was very scary for me. And seeing on the Reddit, because what do? You see what people are saying about you. Seeing on the Reddit them saying very sexualized things, it really frightened me. I mean, at the time, going to school and stuff, I would look around because it scared me.
Being followed platform to platform by these people until I was able to separate out the main leader of the group. And it was a man.